last night, visions of sunsets fade down into the night sky. Your eyes lit up with moonlight, eyes, fog lights clearing the darkness, the black skies hiding the bright sky. Your hand raised for attention, eyes up above these cold waves,
Welcome, we're about to get started. I made some changes to the layout, so let me just make sure that that's all still working. Let's just give it a second to load the game. And we'll just test an announcement. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Okay, that seems to work. I don't know how... It should be 30 seconds and then it goes away. Perfect. Okay, let's see, that should work. Oh, that went to all platforms, okay. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap. The end of the last stream, what we did was we built we had this portal coming back from the nether. We made it at 0, 0. I hoped it would sync there, but it turns out it's too far away, so it actually made it over there. So I thought, oh well, it's going to be more convenient to have the portal at 0, 0 in the nether, so I connected that up to my island here. And one of the issues is that... Oh, what do you have? Packed ice. I don't think I need to buy it. Kelp we already have. Fern and vines aren't so much of a problem. Blue dye isn't either. If you had bamboo, that would be worth buying. So what we did is we connected it. One of the issues is that on this ice, skeletons and stuff spawn. But if you light it up, the ice melts. And I kind of wanted to have this where you can kind of see what's going on, but you break line of sight with things. But then if you put any kind of light, even glowstone on the ice, it melts, but not the packed ice. So I had to make the packed ice as wide as I needed to, so that nothing would melt when I did that. It actually turns out I could have done it one closer and then just put the block right here, so where this wall would be on this side. It could have also been packed ice, and then this could have been too narrower. But I only figured that out after I built this, and I wasn't going to redo it, so I just left it like that. Then what we'll do is we'll make this portal bigger. 0, 0 is about here. It's that block, I think. So if you make the portal bigger, it should still link up to the same portal there. And this ice does freeze when you harvest it, so we do kind of have a source of ice here. This is obviously not a very convenient spot for it, but what we might do is just build a little ice tray here that generates it if we need ice for long pathways or whatever. So we finished this up, and then one of the other things that I wanted to do in the previous stream was to get slime balls, because I need that for something that I want to do a little bit later, to break through the bedrock in the nether, to make a gold farm there. We're not quite going to do that yet, because one of the other things that we need is I want to have bamboo for scaffolding when we do that, because we can't make it safe by putting water down in case we fall down. So so that's the one thing we need to find. The other thing we need to find is melons, because of all the things that we need to eat, there's only 2 things that we're missing, and the one is notch apples, which we have to find in chests, because that's considered treasure, and the other thing is just regular melon slices. Now we've got glistening melon slices, because we can trade that from the farmer, but we can't get the regular melon slices. So I think we could find another farmer and trade with him, and then Actually, that might be a way to get it. I might just take some emeralds with me in here. So we need to find two things. We need to find bamboo and we need to find melons. If we get any anything with treasure, we can try and open it. I got these quite far away, so I might just take them and see where they go. What I also want to do is, I don't have any other shields. I'm just a little bit worried my shield is getting a little bit low, and since it just costs 1 iron effectively. What's this? It's 5, 6, and 1 iron. I might as well just replace it now, and then I can merge the two later. That took much longer than I wanted it to. So let's do that in case we encounter anything. It's the middle of the day, but we have in the chest. I also did in between streams I did some AFK fishing, basically just to repair everything with mending on it. And most of the stuff, all the enchanted stuff that I got, I mostly disenchanted. I left the fish in here, but I can take that out because they're useful for trading, and then the rest of the stuff I'll just leave there. That's kind of where I'll look for it if I need it. And I should be able to actually take all this fish and trade with him again. He locks up fairly quickly, so probably won't be able to get rid of all of this. And that one, he takes the least puffer fish, so put all of that back there, and then we can take these emeralds with us, so that if we find somebody that wants to trade things we need, we can just get it from them. So we'll have our elytra, we have beds, books, everything. Okay, so let's see. Oh right, this is what I actually want to do. I need to explore to find these two things, melons and so on. But we also still have to go 7 kilometers. So this is southeast, and this is northeast. Southeast might be, how close are we? Look a little bit closer. No, I don't think I'm going to take either of these yet. Don't come in. Where'd I put these? Let me put this up here. I think what we can do is we can go to the nether and let's see. I don't want to build with netherrack because that might be a little bit precarious. So let's take, I don't want to take, I actually want to take slabs because I'm a little bit worried about okay, I'll just use the bricks for any gaps. Now I don't actually know how this advancement is tracked, because It says to travel. Oh, I'm gonna have to make another portal on the other side, aren't I? One of the issues is going to be when we get to the other side, we won't know if it's day or night. We'll go through. Stop it. I don't actually think I have enough obsidian to do this, do I? 20 should be enough, and I should have that in there. That should be fine. I think I'm even going to put the obsidian in there just in case. And then we can go in the nether, and then we can just figure out. I think I'll go like... Oh, wait, more food maybe. Just realize this is going to be an issue. Let's cook a stack of raw cod. Yeah, we don't have enough steak to do more steak, so I'm rather just going to finish this off. And then I'll start eating the raw cod. And what I'll do while I'm waiting for that to cook is I'll breed up some more cows. Because we don't really need the leather right now, but just so that we have some extra. Okay, let's make 2 more. Just splitting it roughly out so that each of these 3 have the same amount. This one will have less, but that's fine. I should end up using a round amount of charcoal. So we've got some blocks, we've got... Actually, I've got all this netherrack, so maybe I can do that. Use it for something. Should be good enough. We don't really need to wait for all the last ones. We still have some Still have some beefsteak to take with us. So it's 7 kilometers that we have to move. I believe that's we have to divide that by 8. So I'm just gonna make it like around, I think it's like 850, 875, something like that. I'm just gonna try and go about 1,000. So we're at, this is roughly, so I want to be going south, which happens to be in this direction anyway, so that's fine. And we have to go to, what will that be, 1,000 on the z-axis. So this is fortune. Let's take silk touch. We don't really need it to be this wide, so let's say this is 1 or 0 at least. So I'll stick to 0 and then we'll just go keeping an eye out for any lava, because this high up, that's the most likely thing to cause problems. I don't think those ghasts are going to be problematic. Oops. That should be fine. If we're lucky, we won't hit any open areas, but there definitely are, because we hit some open areas right by the portal. So that puts us at about 200. We're going to go to about 1,000. Can hear fire around here. I'm not going straight because sometimes there's lava blocks and sometimes there's block lag as well, so I don't want to hit block lag, make it look like I was walking fine, and then meanwhile blocks are gone and I walked outside of the netherrack and fall down. If things were responsive, it wouldn't be too much of an issue. If you fell, you just open your elytra, land somewhere and find the spot again, but that can actually not work sometimes if there's lag. So I somehow hit that side as well, so I'm going to clear it out, because when I come back and I mine that out, I might end up falling into it. Don't actually know if it goes further than that or not. So I had about 400 now. I really hope we don't end up like in the middle of the ocean. It's possible, but hopefully not. Looks like we started to hit some open areas. So this is interesting because we won't fall off there, but we're going to come back again later to make this wider, and then we'll have to see what's going on there so we don't fall on that. The ghast can see us from there and actually shoot at us, so we still have to be careful there. Oh. Okay, so let's do that for now. Let's open this up a bit. Doesn't look like the ghast is in here, so it doesn't really matter if we hear it or not. I'm actually going to make this wider because I'll end up making the path 3 wide. But for now we're going to use that 1 block of cover. I don't mind if a bunch of these blocks fall down, because I actually have more blocks than I can carry right now. So I'm going to have to drop them off or open some shulker boxes in order to not lose them. And I don't really want to build with the netherrack too much, but it is useful to keep because we can use it to make nether brick, which will allow us to improve the spawn rate of wither skeletons later when we want to make a wither skeleton farm. So because my inventory is getting pretty full, rather than carry on now, I'm first going to place some of these blocks just to get them out of my inventory. And I can't fall, so I don't actually have to crouch. It's not going to get rid of a lot of blocks, but every bit helps at this point because there we go, that should be better. And I'm going to swap blocks again so that I can place this if I get lava. We're almost at 600. So that's 600. definitely not picking them up anymore. Oh, that's actually in like a what would you call this? It's like the upside down version of a ravine. Okay, so we can't fall anymore. So technically we have to get to 850. Then we'd be over 7 kilometers in the overworld. But I think just to make it convenient, I'll go to 1,000. Because then it won't be 7 kilometers, it'll be 8 kilometers, so 8,000 blocks. That way it makes it easier to find the portal again, because then we only have to go to Z8000. This doesn't look like it's going to be fun. So normally building these out of netherrack would not be a good idea, but since we're so high up, the chances of things shooting at us is pretty low. But it's not nothing. So we're definitely not safe. Like, not entirely safe. Mostly safe, but not entirely safe. Just want to make sure that there's cover on either side so I don't end up falling off. Should be able to pick some of this up. Most of it will despawn because we just can't take that much with us. Now if I missed a block somewhere, this is going to end badly. Because I don't have my elytra on me at the moment. I mean, I have it on me, I don't have it equipped. But I think we got this. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Still have to grab one of those ghasts and take them to the overworld, so that's not going to be fun. So I guess technically here we are. This is 850 is this block. So this is far enough technically for the advancement, but I'm just going to put that one block in there, otherwise I'm going to fall into it. Placing blocks like that's just a little bit of practice to get the timing right, and then it goes pretty smooth. So we're at 850 now, and we want to go to 1,000, sorry, just to make it round. It'll mean a little bit more running in the nether when we go there, but since it'll be a safe path, I don't think it matters too much. It's 150 blocks. if we end up doing it a lot later on, if we set up farms or something out there, which I doubt if we'll put our farms that far away, but maybe we get a biome where we might want a farm for some reason. Then we can always just use a minecart or do one of the boat things or something like that. Should have a source of ice in the overworld now. It's right by our base, so might take us a while to turn it into the blue ice, but from what I understand, it's probably not worth it to turn those things all the way into blue ice. I think packed ice is probably good enough. So this is just a cave, right? It's not a big thing. Pick up whatever we use. I haven't hit any lava again since that last spot. Usually when you say that, that's when you'll have lava drop right on top of your head. So maybe I shouldn't say it. Getting close now. 992, 995, 998, and so this should be 1000. This block exactly. We want this to be the middle of our portal. We'll make the portal 3 wide just so it's even, which means that'll be obsidian. This will be portal, portal, obsidian. So then that would have to be 3 wide. That, and I don't see us using more than that, so let's do, let's put that there for now. I'm actually gonna just put a shulker box down. Grab all of this. Okay. Back all this away and then I'll go back. Some of it will have already despawned. But I'll go get the rest of it. I'll have to eat so that I can. This is nice and low, so I should be able to run pretty fast. Maybe I can get a bunch of it still. Yeah, it might have despawned from here onwards. Because I picked a bunch of it up here, but yeah. Okay. Well, since I'm... Oh, I thought I was almost back there, but no, I'm definitely not. So... we should be... there, we could just technically make the portal and then go through it, but... I think what I want to do is... since we want to make this path 3 wide, and since we've already gone to the one side, what I'm going to do is go back to 0, 0, digging out the one side and come back on along the other side, and that should, then we'll end up back here and we'll have the 3 wide. I'm not going to do the 3 high yet, but I think doing it that way should work. So the next objective is there's two things I need. I need melons for the food, which is the only thing that I'm missing. Melons and notch apples. So I need that, and I need bamboo for scaffolding to make the gold farm in the nether. So I figured rather than just go looking for that and just do that on its own, I thought I'd make a pathway in the nether to 7 kilometers south of where I am, so that I'm in a completely new spot, and then I'll go explore there to try and find bamboo forest and melons. And so we've just dug from 0, 0 in the nether to 0, 1000, which is right here, and then this is where our portal's going to be. So I made it 1000 so it's easier to find the other side, because if you make it, it needs to be 840 in the nether to get the right distance, but then your portal's going to come out at whatever it is. You know, if you make it 850, the portal's going to come out at, I don't need that one to be, it's going to be 850 times 8, which is like just over 7 kilometers, so 7,000. And so I just rather have it be a round number, so I just made it 1000, even if it means I need to run a little bit more. So let me just make sure this should be 0, 0, 0,000, yes. So this middle block here is 0,000. I just made a too high straight thing, but that's going to bother me in the long run, so what I'm going to do is, I can actually light it now, just while we're here, because I've got this out. But I want to make it 3 wide, so what I'm going to do is, since we're here, go back to 0, 0 and do this side, and then come back here and then do this side, and then it'll be 3 wide. And I just want to make sure that my inventory space is clear, so that I can pick all this stuff up, because I might want the nether rack later for making nether brick, if I want to make a wither skeleton farm. Because it looks like a lot, but you cook 4 nether rack down into 1 block of nether bricks, so you actually need 4 times as much as you're using. Why am I what? Why am I making it 3 wide? Or why am I keeping the netherrack? Oh, why am I is 120. So at the top of that portal was bedrock. When I broke the blocks out to put the obsidian in for the portal, you could see bedrock. So I'm right by it, and what I'm probably going to do is, when I make the gold farm in the nether, what I'll probably do is, right by my 0, 0 portal, I'll try and find the closest spot that I can go through the bedrock. Oh yeah, that's fine. If we in the overworld, what we'll do is, when we come out, we'll have blocks, and if it's high or in a bad spot, wow, I really didn't see that. I don't know why I looked down. If I didn't look down, I would have fallen through that. We'll break it, and we'll just put it down on the ground again if we have to. It shouldn't put the portal in there, because it takes wherever the ground is. So it works from the top and the build height, and it goes down until it finds ground, and it should put the portal there. The Y values don't correlate with the portals at all. So only if there's something built in the air should it put a portal up there. Oh yeah, that's something that you can only do now since 1.14.4, I think. It's quite cool that they made it clever as well, that if you trigger the dispenser and there's nothing to shear, it doesn't use it. So you don't have to worry about. I mean, you still have to worry about the durability on the shears, because if you automatically shear, eventually they're going to run out, and you need to restock them. But you don't have to worry about if the sheep are walking too far away and they can't be sheared, that you run out of shears without shearing anything. Like if you put a pair of shears in there, you'll get that amount of wool. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad they did that. If they didn't do that, you would have had to have a more complicated setup where you have to ensure that there's always sheep there, so you'd have to put them in range all the time and so on. And the range is pretty good as well, because I think it shears them so long as any part of their hitbox is inside the block in front of it. And since the sheep's hitbox is bigger than a block, it tends to get them if they're in a like 2x2 area almost all the time. Yeah, I mean that's the best thing about it. You can keep them separate, and then you just put shears in whichever pen you want, and then you get that amount of that wool, right? I can't remember what shears durability is, but let me check. Shears has a durability of 238, so if you put every piece of shears that you put in there, you're gonna get that many wool, which is cool because you can control it. Like if you need so many stacks, you just put so many shears in. The 1 emerald trade for UNB3. Oh, for Unbreaking 3. Yeah, most. Oh yeah, to make it last longer, yeah. Yeah, it's much easier to use books than to do enchanting. I don't even think you can enchant shears in an enchanting station. You'd have to enchant books and then apply it, because I think that's the only way you can put in Unbreaking and Silk Touch on shears. Well, actually, you don't need to put Silk Touch on shears anymore. I think you can put Unbreaking and Mending is the only things you can put on. I want to be particularly careful around these sections where there was gaps, because I don't have my elytra on and I don't want to fall down there. It's a little bit hard to see the... you have to basically see if there's a one block missing at the bottom, and while you're breaking it, you see so many different pieces of particle effects of the netherrack that it's quite hard to tell. I can't really tell until after the particle effect is gone, so I'm just walking like a little bit at a time. I guess I could walk like this, try to do it like that, and then it wouldn't be an issue. But then sometimes you don't pick up all the blocks. Go a little bit off to the side, that's probably better. I also changed the chat. I don't know if you noticed, from having the I used to have the Mob Crush chat that I use directly embedded onto the thing, and I just basically I took the page that they give you, so the page that I'm looking at now to read chat on my other computer, I took that and I just styled it a little bit more simple so that it just looks like chat and not like a thing where you can like chat back, and I embedded that. But one of the things I didn't like about it is that it had the history from like the previous stream, and so it takes up a lot of screen. It basically always takes up the full amount of screen real estate. So I used a Streamlabs app plugin that reads the chat from the different channels, and it shows it for 30 seconds. So it comes up and then it goes away. And I like that more because then it's, you know, there isn't that much going on in that part of the screen, but I'd still rather have the gameplay there than the chat messages. It would be a different story if I was reading the chat there. Then I would want to be able to look back at stuff that's been there for a while that I might have missed. But I don't use that, I use something else, and my thing goes back to whenever I start the stream, basically. and it works a little bit better. I had an issue with another game that I play where there just isn't enough space. I'm gonna have to put this here again. This one is the netherrack, right? Oh, I haven't been putting this in there for a while. I don't think I even noticed that. And so on that, I had to just get rid of the chat entirely because there's no way to put it. I've been specifically running along this block to pick everything up, but I haven't been picking it up, so that was not useful. So this way I can do it. The only problem with this app is it doesn't monitor YouTube. So now I can still see YouTube chat on my dashboard, but chats from YouTube won't show up. This is already full, so let's grab another shulker. Oh. This one's empty as well. Should be able to pick that up, yes. But I've been having issues with that stack. I've been having issues with YouTube anyway. A lot of the features that I have on the other platforms just doesn't work on YouTube anyway. Okay, so I don't want to use this pickup entirely, so I'm going to switch to the fortune one. Just to break them off a little bit even, because if I'm looking, I'm halfway through this pick already. It means I'm going to go halfway through this one by the time I get back to the portal. So I don't know if you've been watching other streamers that play different games. I know you mostly just I see you on all the Minecraft streams, so I'm assuming you just watch Minecraft streams. But I saw, obviously with the Borderlands 3 coming out soon, it's coming out tomorrow or something. But a lot of, obviously, the big streamers have gotten access to it already to play it, so 2K or Gearbox, whoever gave them access to it. And they built a Twitch overlay specifically for the game, and it's not so much the game, but the overlay is really cool. It allows you to like see, so it's a little bit weird. I never finished them. I like them, but it becomes quite grindy, and I'm not. I don't really play too many loot grind games, right? But one that I did start playing and enjoyed quite a lot was Destiny, and a little bit of Destiny 2, which I don't play anymore because it just became too much. But I'll play a little bit of it. What I found really interesting is that they obviously intended this to be a big thing from the beginning, because in the game the story is like in the trailer the antagonist, the villain, is a streamer. So they obviously played into that whole persona by putting some effort into the streaming aspect of it. So they built this Twitch overlay that lets you, basically it lets you, a lot of Minecrafters have this as well, where you can do something in the stream and then it spawns stuff in the world. So the game has that built in. You turn it on in the game, streamer mode or whatever, and then people watching your stream, there's like a little raffle thing that comes up and people vote, and there's 4 options, and then it can like spawn a boss, and then they can like determine, they can like roll whether the boss should be beefier, be higher level, should have close range guns or long range guns, and so that's like a cool little mini game thing that they put in it. But the more interesting thing is they have a echo cast thing where you can like see the person's build, what guns they have, all the inventory and stuff, so that you don't have to like wait for them to open the inventory and see what they're running with. Yeah, I mean that's the thing now, right? Back in the day, it used to be game reviews. So you would have game review sites. I'm pretty sure the game studios and the publishers would schmooze them to try and get good reviews, because in those days, if you got a good review, people would buy a game. If you didn't, they wouldn't. Um, then YouTube and streaming came along, and people don't rely on other people's opinion as much. They watch somebody play and then they decide for themselves. Um, and that's just a factor of, you can't account for people's taste, right? Some people will tell you, oh, this movie was great, you should go see it. And then you watch it and you really don't like it. And then you go, well, okay, so that person liked it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to like it. And so now their whole thing is, and I understand why they do it, because I do the same thing. I watch somebody who's play a game. I don't know if it's because they enjoy it or because I would have liked the game anyway, but I see the game and I don't intend to play it. I just intend to watch them play it. But then after a while, I go like, hey, I'd want to play that, and then more often than not, I go and buy the game. So it definitely works for people to sponsor streamers or give them the game for free or whatever. Not necessarily so that they give it a good review or tell people that it's a great game, or whatever, just so that they play it, right? Because just playing it probably helps them with sales. But I think that whole, especially because Borderlands isn't out yet, so people can't play it. Giving it to streamers and adding this capability that people can interact with the game kind of makes them feel like they're playing it, right? So imagine if they had, let's say, you were interested in Minecraft Dungeons, right? And it's not out yet. But now imagine somebody like, I don't know, who's a big Minecrafter who they would give it to, right? Say, I don't know about PewDiePie. I don't really watch PewDiePie. Oh, I switched. Should not have done that. Now I have to go back. Forgot that I switched my pickaxes. That's why I usually only use my Silk Touch one. Okay, I have some inventory space, so I'm going to... I need the ender chest to have a bed and everything on the other side of this, so I'll have to go this way and then go back. That's annoying. If somebody like PewDiePie or somebody was playing Minecraft Dungeons and you could interact with the stream, you would feel like you get to play it before you actually get to play it. And I think that would be a big draw, right? And people have, I mean, they've been doing that for a while now. Look at one of the interesting things that I guess makes sense, but I didn't necessarily see it coming, is the Gears 5 thing. So, Ninja went over to Mixer, and people were like, oh yeah, he did it for the money or whatever, and there was, his viewership was dropping on Twitch, and now on Mixer he's big again and all that. Like, sure, okay, those are all valid arguments for why he would do it. But what wasn't so clear is why would... I mean, we don't really know what he got paid to be exclusive on Mixer. The exclusivity thing isn't a big deal though. Most people, if you're a Twitch partner, you're exclusive anyway, right? Because that's part of the partnership agreement. If you want to be a Twitch partner, you have to be exclusive. And most people would do that anyway. But the whole thing of like him being on Mixer when the audience there is much smaller is obviously, that's kind of a big deal. And that's why the presumption was that they had to pay him to so much money, whatever the amount is, we can only speculate, to go over. But I'm starting to see what they're doing now, because Mixer's owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft owns game studios that make games like Gears of War. And so what they do now is they're basically trying to pull people over to Mixer. So then they say, oh, we give Gears 5 to Ninja to play before anybody else. And so if people want to see gameplay of Gears 5, they have to go to Mixer, right? They have to make an account there or whatever, and they have to watch Ninja. Now, in that regard, You know, they're not just paying Ninja to be Ninja, they're paying Ninja to be a recognizable name that people will you know, trust to play a game that they want to see, regardless of who the streamer is, right? And then it's starting to make sense why they didn't, because my thinking was, okay, sure, okay, you pay Ninja to go over to Mixer, that's not enough, right? You can't just have one streamer streaming, you know, one game. Well, he does stream other games, but you know, he's mostly known for Fortnite. And especially it became obvious when you know, Fortnite's popularity just started to decline a little bit, that hey, what if Fortnite isn't such a big deal anymore and they have Ninja as their only big streamer? You know, is it going to hurt their bottom line? And it probably would. But I guess, you know, it would be safer to have, you know, big streamers from most of the big games, like, you know, get a big league guy, or get a, you know, somebody who does, I don't know, one of the other games that's not popular right at the moment, but has been popular for years, right? Because then the chances are, you know, their audience might not be as big as Ninja's was right at the time, but it gives them more longevity. And I think the reason why they didn't do it is because that's not what they were doing. They weren't trying to pull Ninja's audience over. Yes, they were trying to pull Ninja's audience over so that there's somebody to spread the word of mouth. Because, you know, you need people to be watching Ninja when he plays Gears 5, so that they tell other people, like, hey, I saw Ninja playing Gears 5, you should check him out tomorrow, or whatever, right? But they just need somebody for that. They don't need, like, a whole bunch of people. Which makes sense why they could afford to pay one guy a lot rather than a few big streamers each, you know, a comparable amount to what they would be expected to earn. I just think it's very interesting when you look at the business dynamics of it, because it's such a new industry and the competition hasn't really been there. So far it's been Twitch kind of throwing their weight around and everybody else just trying to get some semblance of market share. And the only time when you usually see these kinds of moves where people start buying out contracts is when they're trying to be competitive. And I couldn't put two and two together how they thought just getting, you know, one big streamer was going to make them competitive when, like, almost every other big streamer is on Twitch. I mean, we've seen things like that happen. Like, I don't know, I don't watch PewDiePie, so I'm not really in the loop of what's going on. But from what I understand, he's been on YouTube all along, and then he started streaming and he was pretty big. But now he's on, I think he's on DLive. So, and I mean, DLive's also gone through some weird things, because it used to be its own thing. Like DLive was on this what's the cryptocurrency, that the blockchain that it uses Steem, STEEM, which is like a content creation cryptocurrency where views and likes and whatever earns you money. And then they changed from that blockchain to a different blockchain, so they were like kind of bought by the other blockchain, and then they rebranded. So they changed. DLive used to have like a red D that looked like YouTube, because it was basically like a YouTube clone. And then they were bought by changed over to this other cryptocurrency, and they rebranded to DLive, which was like yellow with like a more of a ninja like looking logo. And then sometime after that, I started seeing PewDiePie streams exclusively on DLive, whatever, right? So I don't know if they had a deal with him, or if, you know, what the thing is, because if he had some other contract, they would have had to buy him out, or, you know, who knows what they were doing. I don't have space to carry any more than this, so I'm gonna have to do this. I need an Eye of Ender, so oops. Yeah, I think he started streaming. I don't know if he started on Twitch and then moved over or whatever, but yeah, he does stream. I know like his YouTube stuff is the big deal, right? Because that's how he made a name for himself. But these days it's so like what a lot of people are doing is let me switch to Silk Touch so I don't make that mistake again. And let me clear this out while I'm here. A lot of people stream and record while they stream, and then they cut the video later, right? And it's kind of convenient because then you get you get double the entertainment, right? Because you have an audience that prefers to watch edited videos, and then you have an audience that prefers to interact and watch live. And the problem is, if you are recording to edit a video later, you can't really have a lot of the interactive stuff that like streaming is known for. So you can't have chat on screen, you can't have all the kinds of stuff, because your video has to be clean, and you also have to have clean audio. So you could be talking on stream, but you can't record the audio from your stream because you have to be able to talk over it and add other audio afterwards when you're editing the game footage. So it's a bit more work, but some people are finding that it's worth doing that. Other people just make sure that their overlays don't interfere. They don't put too many notifications and stuff up, and then they just record their stream, and then they just edit the recording of their stream. Oh, there goes my chat again. I don't know why sometimes my chat goes away and then I lose history, which is also not great. Just wait for it to refresh. Okay, and I'm now realizing this is a little bit further than I thought it was. I wasn't expecting to have to go back and forth 3 or 4 times or 5 times, so I'll probably make this 3 high, and you'll see if I'm 3 high you actually see the bedrock occasionally. I wonder if I should... I could technically take a whole bunch of this packed ice and place it when I go, and then take a boat with me. Then I'll be able to go back and forth much faster. But that would require digging another row of blocks. Oh, but then also with the packed ice, well, I guess things can spawn anyway. Just thinking, I know some people place buttons and stuff on the ice to stop spawns and stuff. I don't have space for what I'm needing to do now, so I have all of that. So let's need an Eye of Ender, which means I need one of these. Okay, let me grab these ones. They're all netherrack, if I remember correctly. There's only one block under a boat. When you exit, you clip through the floor, and if you're at the top of the nether, you're likely to fall through the bottom and end up in the bad place. Yeah, I think I'd prefer to avoid that if I can. Okay, let's make some space, and then we can make... ender chests don't stack, do they? I don't know why I'm thinking this, because it might just be easier to. I have 8 left. We'll get a portal on that side, so we won't need extra. So I'll just take a spare in case I do that again. Yeah, because that's exactly what I'm thinking. If I do that again, I want to have a spare. I'll just stick with 2 for now, okay. So everything that we need, we should have in here. We'll have flint and steel. The netherrack, I'm just going to leave it here. Well, those 2 are full, so I'll leave those. Where did I get the glow? Oh, that's from mining the other things. Okay. I don't necessarily need that. The stone bricks I ended up not using, so let's put them in there to make more space. And then, what was I thinking? Oh, ice. Am I going to take the ice? Did you only have just the 1 row of ice? Because surely if you get out and there's blocks next to you, like if you get out here and there's blocks there, you should end up in that. Boats have kind of been very notorious for like behaving weird. Like whenever you get out of a boat, even on water, you tend to kind of glitch through it. Yeah, the thing is, I don't always, but I guess there's the only 2 places where I'd be climbing out would be at the start and at the end, and I probably will at both of those places. But what I'm not sure is, so I don't mind digging out the 1 row to put the ice in there, in the nether. What I don't particularly feel like doing right now is mining out the ice. Especially considering my Silk Touch pick is not in the best of shape. Actually, since I have this on me, let me check. I think I had... Let's look at this. Oh no, no pickaxes, okay. Would be nice if my spare armor had actual spare tools in it. But nope. Okay, I think that's... We've dug a lot, so I think I'll leave that for a different session. Because even running on ice it's not really faster, it's just slippery. You need the boat to make it faster. I mean, the best thing would be to go over there and start... Well, actually over here is pretty good too, because things are spawning inside there. Actually, I'm not really going to use my pickaxe for anything else. Maybe I should just use it a little bit and get this done. Technically I need 1,000 blocks, right? At 64 stack, how many stacks is that? 4 is 256. So 16 stacks, which is this row is 9 and 7. So all of this and all of that. At least we don't have to count because we know how full it needs to be. Let's start from the top. It's easier. This is the problem with like doing something and then realizing, oh, this would be useful, and you end up like doing all these like side projects, which are good. It's probably better to do it now than to do it later, because it's going to take less time overall to do the things. You know, I'm already here, so doing it now rather than coming back later and preparing for it again. But that's why I'm not going to finish the challenge very quickly, because, you know, I'm not gunning to get everything done. I'm kind of like planning what I'm doing, right? I'm not just like building pretty buildings for the sake of building pretty buildings. Like, But the argument can be made that I don't know what's on the other side of that portal, right? There might be nothing, and the only thing that I do there is getting that one advancement. But this is more of a like, assuming I'm going to explore there, assuming I'm going to find something useful, something that I have to go back to, this will overall be better. But if I don't, then this is a massive waste of time. And I already didn't do it from the get-go, thinking that I'm just going to go there once and then come back once and then that'll be fine. I don't need it to be fast. But I've already traversed that length 5 times. So if I wait for another 5 times before I make it faster, then I might not actually use it again. So maybe now is a good time. I might not even... So I'm going to put this here, that's how much I need. If I see ice in my hotbar, then I know I have enough. It's a little trick so you don't have to keep checking your inventory. Should actually be breaking 2 layers at a time so I don't have to, otherwise I keep making holes. Well, I still keep making holes, I guess, but you have to mine far enough away from you so that you don't hit the blocks underneath. But I think this is way more packed ice than we need, so we probably won't clear this out. I'm a little bit worried about my pick though. We have filled our inventory like a couple of times. And it hasn't broken yet, so it shouldn't break for this. It's definitely harder moving around on the ice than it would be mining stone or something. My guess is it's going to be dark soon, and then we're going to have to pull our bed out. Because I should be constantly picking up the ice, otherwise I might have enough and not know it. Okay, wait, 2 down. So conditioned to look for zombies that every time I scroll past here, that looks like a zombie standing on the thing. I keep wanting to switch to my bow to get rid of him. Peripheral vision is misleading. I don't actually know how bad the compression is on this, if, like when you're breaking a ton of blocks like this, if it's coming out very blurry. Because I think I only see the real-time thing before it's compressed, so it looks fine on my Streamlabs, but I try not to keep my own stream open because there's a delay, so it gets very distracting to see everything that you do 3 times. Oh. Okay, so we should have enough now. Let's just clear that out so we can pick everything up. Probably did the maths wrong on this anyway, so oops. Don't want to waste any of it, so I'm going to pick all of it up anyway. If I can, I might not have enough space for all of this. Oh, it's the seasons are busy changing here. And it's giving me hay fever and stuff. It's so annoying. I never used to get hay fever for most of my life, and the past like 5 years or so I've started getting it, and it's so annoying. So which one is the 0? It's this one. So here we place these, so the thing is, like, I mostly don't have it, so I don't make an effort to have the stuff on hand. And then when you do have it, obviously then it catches you off guard, and then there's nothing really you can do. And so my hay fever isn't as bad as most people's. So like I don't really worry about it too much. But then when you do get it, then it gets quite annoying. I actually think since maybe we can even do this. See, most of it will have something underneath it. So it shouldn't be too bad. But there will be some spots where it doesn't. And we'll have to watch out for those. Kind of just listening for the pickup sound. When I stop hearing the pickup sound, I'll turn around. Yeah. Even without a boat, if it's too high and we have the ice, we can run. Yeah, I think walls work pretty well because they're in the middle of the block, so they give you roughly that amount of space. I put those stone blocks away, so those would be pretty useful around now. That's the irony of building something like this, is you're trying to make it fast, and in the process of making it fast you have to run up and down the thing once to place the ice, once to place the wall on either side and on the other side, so you end up going up and down like an extra 3, 4, 5 times to make it fast, but you have to do it before it's fast. I guess maybe you could do it, put the boat there and then go. Let's actually, I don't need all of this here, so maybe I can do more at a time. I almost made the mistake again. Except I didn't. so hard to see a hole. I want to be careful because I know there were spots where I bridged over, and in those spots there should be a hole. So I know there are some. Alright, see you in a bit. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to looking for all the biomes. I'm hoping I don't have to like look for them. I'm hoping if I just do all the other stuff, eventually I'll have most of them except for maybe one. The problem is if you're just missing one and you don't know which one it is, you still have to look for all of them. So, oh, I don't need this up. Why is this still up? Oh, that's here's a thing coming up, so this is going to be a dodgy spot. So I think I'm going to put, just in case, I'm going to put blocks underneath that, which means I have to do this again. Hopefully it helps. Should only matter if I ever like try to make a offshoot from this path around here. You never know. You might find something like a village right on the 0 axis, and then it might be worthwhile to just put another portal in at some point here. And if we can't see what's underneath there, we might end up over one of these. Now we're thinking with portals. I think we're getting close to the end. Another dangerous section. Just waiting for there to be like one block on its own. Oh, he might actually see us. Same there. Don't want none of your business. this tunnel is actually longer than I thought it was. It's definitely worth putting the ice in. Oh, it's not picking it up anymore. Which means it's time to... Let's just grab all of it. And more ice. I don't know why it wasn't picking it. Oops, that's not what I want. Here we go. Oops. Luckily getting back to the other side should go quick once the ice is there. Pick luck for the win. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do the walls another time. Oh, that was fortune. So I lost some ice, but that's fine. I have more than I need. Luckily I got all those extras. Oh yes, I have more in the chest, that's one. Kept thinking this isn't going to be enough, but I have more. Block placer extraordinaire. Might as well sort this one out as well. Oh, that's weird. The shulker box puts you into crouch. Oh, I don't actually have any more shulker boxes, so these will just have to go in there. We're definitely gonna have enough ice. Oh, I really didn't need that there. Oops. Okay, we have more than enough, but not like a ton more than enough. We definitely needed most of that ice. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we grabbed a couple stacks extra. So this isn't as fast as the boat, but it's pretty decent. Obviously it uses food, but that's fine. We have spare food. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the walls and everything now. I think this is fine. Should be able to get back. Well, once I get to the. I'm not quite done yet, but basically there. Let's do it like that. Just do this last bit. We're so close when we ran out of space. Oh. Of course I put those away and now I need them. I'll just get new ones. So obviously I haven't been this far out, so I have no idea what is on the other side of this, so we'll have to see what we get. The two main things I'm looking for, like I said, is I need melons for the food and a notch apple, but that's a little bit trickier to find because we need a treasure chest for that. So if I see any like sunken ships or anything, I'll have to go for it. And then I'll check villages and stuff because we need the melons. And ideally I will find, I'm hoping to find like a bamboo jungle or something to get bamboo for scaffolding. Can I put that in as well? Okay, I'll keep some blocks, I guess. Not fortune, soft touch. I can go there. Don't have a lot of torches, but it should be fine. Okay, and just to be sure we got the right coordinates, we're at 7991. So we're 8 short, but I mean that's fine. It's not too much of an issue. So let's see. See, ideally what I would want to do is put a beacon down here. That chicken just go into the nether. He's gonna become El Chicken Cabra. El Pollo Diablo. Ooh, this is not great that it's in the middle of a forest because its portals can be so hard to see. I mean, I will be able to use the coordinates, so that's... I just want to make this a little bit more open. Ooh, ravine. Okay, so let's make some space there. I think we can go in exploration mode. Let's just let the chunks load in. Is that morning or sunset. So this should be north. So that is sun west. So it's about to set, kind of. High spot. I might as well take this. Can use it. Nope. Delay. You see, I really did press it there. I don't want to jump down there, but this might be the best way to do it. What the heck was that? Okay, thank you. Let me eat. There we go. Elytras, man. They never work the way they should. Oh, I thought there was a village or something. So I'm not actually... This... Oh, it's so weird. Oh, that was a lot of lag. I'm not sure where melons actually spawn, so I'm kind of just looking for villages. Oh, that's something I must do as well. I must get all the foods for breeding the animals. You know, so that if you're like out and about and you see one of the animals that you need to breed, that you can like just breed them where they are. Like here, you could just breed the llamas and then not worry about it. Yeah, I have to admit with 114, I don't know if it was that bad with 113 as well. But the block lag and just occasionally there's these like jerkiness that I'm not used to having in Minecraft. It's like it's a new thing. So I just kind of want to see what's in the vicinity. Here's some river. Some swamp with a witch hut. Kind of near the portal actually. If I'm not mistaken, because if the portal's over there, there's the portal. Fairly big swamp. Luckily we have a swamp to the west as well, so we don't need to rely on this one. Cows just chilling in the swamp. That seems odd. Oh, so we need the jungle anyway for the melons. Flower forest. We've seen a flower forest before. Horses. We have to come and breed all these things, but I think I want to make a checklist and then take all of it with me and then specifically go and find the animals to breed. So this is birch forest, or it's like some kind of mixed forest. Let's just keep an eye on my rockets because this is all the rockets I have. There's pumpkins, but we already have pumpkins. We need jungle. Spruce. This looks like warm ocean. Yeah, I mean, I don't do much flying with the Elytra, to be honest. So I know a lot of people prefer it. It probably is easier. It's a little bit easier to see what's below you, because the problem with flying with the Elytra is if you look down to try and see what's below you, you start to fly faster and faster, which makes it harder to see what's behind you. So for exploration, probably F5 is better. Savannah. Unana. Dark oak forest or dark forest. I think we've seen that before though. Okay, here's a little village. So I'm just gonna pop in here because I know there isn't too much going on in them these days. Like, but I don't know if there's a blacksmith somewhere. I don't know if they can have what the loot table looks like for that. Yeah, that's not even a thing. I'm gonna take that all, but I'll probably end up throwing it out anyway. This I can take, but that I'll take and get rid of. Oh, there we go. That was worth it. Melons. I should have silk touch maybe, and I'll get more. So that's one of the things we needed. Oh, there's a way. Is it 8? Let's find a crafting table. How's it going? Do you have a good morning so far? Oh, this we can put in there. See, like this. Why is it doing that? This is a single player world. Do you see how long that was? That was like a good 5-6 seconds. Now if you're in combat with the wither and that happens, 5-6 seconds you're dead. So there's literally nothing you can do. And I'll point out that I'm running on a i7 6700K, right? A 4 gigahertz 8-core processor, right? I mean, it's not the greatest thing, but that's good enough that I shouldn't be having that. I'll take the. Most of the time, the chest is the thing that I want. And I'm not, so I am running Forge here because just to have the HCMC 100 mod, but I'm not running anything else. Like, okay, I'm streaming, so I've got Streamlabs running and so on. But Streamlabs it shows me how much CPU it's using. Sorry, not that one. The Matrix. It's using 6.9% CPU. Okay, it goes up to. It peaks at about 20%, but for the most part, it stays steady between 5 and 10%. So Minecraft has most of my CPU. Okay, that's probably more melon than I needed, but I mean, if I'm gonna keep a slot for it, I might as well take as much as I want. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I didn't get it. I didn't even see it on the Streamlabs. I mean, on the. Yeah, I didn't even see it on my Streamlab events. So if it wasn't in the Streamlab events, there obviously wouldn't be a notification for it. I have mine set up to put notifications for it. Let me check the giveaways. Nope. No, it's not showing up on the thing. I'll have to check on Streamlabs side if they think anything's happened or not. Because if they don't think anything's happened, then there might be an even bigger problem there. That's interesting. I'll check it when on your next stream as well. Because I'm pretty sure that, I mean, obviously they bucket, I guess I can take. I'm pretty sure that they, you know, you won't have notifications or anything for anything that happens while your stream's offline. But like I say, with these things, you never really know until you test them. Like one would just assume that they work, and then meanwhile, you know, nothing might have been happening for the longest time. Yeah, I mean, so I meant to just do a regular. Meant to just do a regular donation, but you know, when I tried, I couldn't, and that's what started off the whole "is it working" thing. Bucket stack. So if I do this, I don't really need the water. So if I do that, extra slot. Yeah, I think Chaos wants to use basically everything to go towards the same thing, but the Streamlabs donation widget that only keeps track of donations. I don't think it keeps track of bits and everything else. So you kind of have to kind of work out what you get from bits and then add it to the goal manually after every stream if you want to incorporate it there and have it display. You can do it, yeah. You can do it manually. It won't do it automatically though, because the donations come from Streamlabs side. They manage that, but the bits comes from Twitch's side, so they manage that. The nice thing about the donation system, the tip system that they have is it's kind of like on a separate website, so it's incorporated for everybody, like whether you're on YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, or whatever. Whereas Bits is a YouTube Twitch specific thing. Where did I put my rockets now? I had a stack of rockets. I did not throw it away. I had no reason to throw it away. What is going on? I threw away seeds. That was the only thing I threw out. And I merged the two buckets together. Let's throw out... We don't need tall grass. We can keep the saplings. The grass we don't need. Paper we don't need. Maps are effectively a compass, so that's better. Not having the rockets is going to be a problem, so I need to find out what happened to them. I didn't throw it out and I didn't see myself throw it out, so it must have been something that happened during one of the lag sessions. I can't stress how not fine I am with losing all my rockets at this juncture. Yeah, I've just been... I don't know, like if you've ever had one of these scenarios where you start having issues with your cards. So I've been going through that for the past couple of weeks. I went to the vet to pay a bill, and my one card didn't go through, and I used a different card and it worked. And you know, sometimes that happens. They just have a bad day. But the strange thing is that I only have one credit card account. I have multiple cards, but they're all linked to the same account. So if one of them goes through and the other one doesn't, it's not got anything to do with balance or anything like that, right? It's just the one card processor doesn't work. And I always find it funny that like that happens where the one card processor doesn't work. But that was on a weekend. See, so here I threw out the seeds. Oh, there's the rockets. What? Did I just not see it? Okay. That must have been here the whole time. You guys are just probably... Oh, the Nitro is telling me I have it in my bar the whole time. I didn't see it. Okay, sorry. No, we're good. We can get back. 45. It's just covered by the numbers. That's why. Okay, so we got melons. The other thing we need is bamboo, for which we need the forest. So I'm not going to be able to take off here, I don't think. Let's take this guy's house, which, hey, he has a pretty creative house going on here. He has stairs going to a window and no bed and... Sorry, buddy, this is my takeoff spot. I don't know why you thought... There we go. A whole bunch of desert. So let's see where we... I guess it doesn't really matter. We're actually getting kind of close to... Yeah, I like the savannah villages. They're pretty cool. The only thing that I sometimes find with the new village generation is sometimes the farms don't make any sense. They build the farm on the side of a hill, and then the water source just flushes all the crops into the village, and like it just makes no sense. But that's obviously because terrain generation. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Let me see how big this desert is, because I usually get my golden apples and notch apples in the desert temples. And this, I don't know how big this desert is, but usually if you follow it, we can also do like here's a... These have treasure. Okay, I'm flying still. You see, this is why I won't do ultra hardcore, because stuff like that happens and that will kill you on ultra hardcore. That might be worth getting. This is more valuable than an egg. Oh. Just want the chest. And this side, suspicious stew, carrots, potatoes. What of this? Don't know. I don't want that. I don't actually want any of it. Carrots, I guess, is the best thing. So let me get air here, and there should be a... Where's the... There should be like a more secret-y type one. There usually is a... If I can figure out how to get to it now. Is it there? It's here. There it is. What's this? Yeah, there we go. That lapis over that. What else can I take? I don't really know what's the better thing. XP bottle I don't need. Okay, gotcha. No, let me out. I'm not swimming, so it won't let me out. There we go. Okay, and now we've got the map, so might as well check if it's going to give us... that should be east. East and south. That's like somewhere over there. Let's see if these drowned, any of them have a trident. He's got a fishing rod. That's not a trident, buddy. Oh, it's because of the shrine. I was just going to say it's daytime. Why did they spawn? I guess we can check the chest here as well. I'm hearing myself swim. Keeps sounding like someone else is around. The gravel is messing it up. That's what's happening. Pretty sure there is a chest somewhere here. Or maybe not. This is where the building is, so here maybe? Nothing good. Okay, let's just check. Sometimes I pick up garbage that I don't need. Okay. So it's that way. Should we go desert temple or I think I'll do the treasure and then I'll look for desert temple. So that's east. Maybe we fly. Another ship. I guess I should check it. It might have a notch apple. Let's take that. We might have to see which is closer. Oh, that's where we already went in. Top, yeah. So we want that, we want that, we want that, and we want that, and that gives us everything. Once we get the... No, swim. There we go. And now we have to find our direction again. Yeah, it's quite annoying because a golden apple you can just make, but the notch apple you have to find. Oh, what am I looking for? I want to find east. So I get the feeling this is maybe much further away than I think. Oh, really? So it's not really worth doing that? Okay. I mean, there might be something useful in there, but right now, that's not something that I need. So it's just a desert temple and stronghold. Because I think the chests in the... Oh, there we go. Now the donation came through. And I saw the notification as well, I think. Did you see the notification? I just saw some hearts. Oh, dungeons as well, yeah, the chest next to... Oh, you just saw the hearts. Oh, maybe what's happened then is... I think I might have a custom donation thing and it's not playing along. Yeah, so now I see it in the thing. It says a minute ago you donated $1 with I got the power as a message. So it definitely came through this time. But I think the notification didn't work 100%. But I think that might be like I said, that might be because I've got custom alerts. So let me test the widget. Because if it doesn't work, then this should also not work. See, there's the donation test. So I don't know if you saw that the test. I could see it on my Streamlabs. But I think maybe when it does the there's another one. When it does the heart animation, it might be conflicting with it because it might be expecting the regular thing. If that's the case, I must definitely change it back to the default, or get it to work with the animation as it is. So we're halfway back already. We're actually heading north, so we're going like back the way we came from. Wait, that's north. I saw like pink hearts because it's small for me, so it's a little bit hard to see detail. But I saw the hearts. But I thought that I just missed the end of it, and that I saw the hearts from the animation as it was going away. But these things are so tricky. So like this, these overlays that I'm using is, I didn't make them. I kind of like bought a preset thing, which was supposed to, you like add it to your thing and then it just, you know, just works TM, except it didn't. So I had to recreate it in Streamlabs, which was fine. I didn't really know what the template was supposed to look like, so I just kind of put some stuff in there so that it kind of makes sense. Yeah, you gotta earn them bucks. Oh. So straight south is another ocean monument. Which means if we for some reason kill the Elder Guardians at the one near our base, we can always go to this one. It's basically dead south from where we are. No, it's just I know that you I understand that, and I know that you'll understand me in English. Yeah, but can you clip it and then just DM it to me or something, and then yeah, and then I'll have a look at it and I'll see exactly what's happened, because usually if I see it, I'll be able to figure out what's gone wrong. You see, this is kind of what I was thinking was going to happen. That 1,000 blocks in the nether was basically just going past all this ocean. Oh, it was really quick. Cool. Can you private message it to me, because I can't permit you. Well, maybe I can. Because with a private message, I'll be able to get it easily afterwards. Or in Discord, yeah, Discord's just as easy. Flower forest. I think we're starting to get back to. Yeah, I think this is. We're coming up on our base now. These icebergs is where the. I think this is just south of our base. There's our portal. Okay, so while we're here, we might as well empty out our inventory. Oh. Also, oh, we've got the melons now, which was the I think the only food thing we were missing. So we might as well eat everything except the notch apple. So melon slice was. So that's golden apple, which we've already eaten. Notch apple's there, and then this is the melon slice. Glistering melon for some reason wasn't in the list. Cheers, Chaos. Hope you have a good one at work, and I'll see you again tonight your time. Okay, let's... I wanted to separate this so the pumpkins are here. Cactus is there, so let's move this and rather put the melons here. We can make seeds now for that. And let's clear some of this out. Maps. I don't know why I have so many arrows. I guess I can put these here. Let's get rid of some of these. And the emeralds, we ended up with a couple extra. Oh, we need to move the cactus so we don't lose them, because we don't want to go having to go look for them again later. Yeah, at some point we're going to need like green dye or something, and then we're going to realize that, oh, we have to go and look for it again. Some more lapis. One of these is acacia. Should have a bit more now. Get rid of this stuff. Where did I... oh. I should be able to put this last netherrack here, and it should be full. I guess we should just make regular chests to move that so we can get the shulker box. Great, thanks Nitro, appreciate it. I'll have a look at that and I'll probably be able to figure out what's wrong from that. Oh, why am I trying to make chests when I have a bajillion of them in my inventory? Thanks, Nitro. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope I'll see you again soon. Have a good night, man. Remove that. And then last one. Now they should all fit in there. We can get these back. And you can have more space for that stuff. And maybe put some ice in there. Don't think we need that much ice for anything right away. And then you can start to make some space by moving things like the spare bucket. You can take our elytra off for now. The books can go in the book chest. How are we doing for time? Oh, it's midnight already. That took quite a while. And then the rotten flesh can go here. Oh man, I need a sorting system quite badly. And now we should have all this food, and I think since the only thing we need is notch apples, and we don't have one, it should be fine. We should just be able to eat all of it. Now the real trick here is that's a lot of food. So I think what I'm going to do is whenever I'm hungry. Okay, so here's what we need. We need to have excess. So we need one of everything. So anything that we have more than one of, we're going to get rid of it so that there's only one of everything. And then we can eat each of them, and when there's nothing left here, we know we've eaten everything, because we can't eat it all in one go, because when we can't be that hungry. I'm actually going to eat one of the glycerin melon slices, even though it's not on the list, because just in case. We also don't need all the suspicious stews, and I don't know which one does watch, so, but by the time I've eaten one, I would have eaten it, so I wouldn't need to eat another one, so I'll leave that. There's some stuff here that I've definitely eaten. So I've definitely eaten steak because I continuously eat it. I've definitely eaten bread. I'm pretty sure I've eaten apples, but it's worth checking out. Definitely eaten cooked cod. Oh, that's raw cod. I've eaten cooked cod. The rest of the stuff I'm not 100% sure of, so the apple we can get rid of because that shouldn't be an issue. So what we can do is, if we start with rotten flesh, we should get hunger. We actually can't even eat yet. Now we need that ice pathway in the nether. Now if you eat a pufferfish, you also get nausea and stuff, but I don't know if that gives you hunger. I don't need that up anymore. Oh, there you go. So it fills it up, but then it has the hunger thing. I guess it's using the saturation up now. Wait, now I have feather falling, so that's... So if I take that off... So let's take a couple of things. Let's eat the raw stuff because I don't think they're going to give much in the way of nutrition. So the poison should hurt me, which should take away my saturation. Oh. Really doesn't do a lot. So I don't know what the suspicious stew is. So let's drink it. Jump boost. Okay. Jump boost wasn't too bad. Of all the things it could have been. Now, what I would consider doing is doing AFK fishing or something while I repair these tools because they're pretty low. And then I would want to like eat in between. But the problem is when you're fishing, you don't actually you don't use up any hunger. And that's not high enough a jump to damage me. How about this for a strategy? We have blocks here. Wait, didn't I have... I'm sure I had magma blocks from somewhere. Are they my... Have I not gotten any magma blocks yet? I got soul sand. I didn't get magma blocks? Okay. Oh, I've got exactly enough magma cream to make it. I can make more magma creams though. It's kind of annoying, but okay, let's do this. I'm thinking this might work, so I'm gonna put the magma block there. And now I'm gonna take all my armor off because I don't want to damage it. Now if I do this, that should be using up my hunger, right? I don't want to take too many chances because there could be lag or something, but these foods shouldn't give you much saturation, so it shouldn't heal too much, and it should be kind of slowish. We're trying to minimize how much it heals us by eating it basically as soon as we can. Ah, I thought as much. Spider Eye gives you poison. Oh, but not for too long. Or nausea or whatever it is. Are we almost done with all the raw stuff? Oh, I guess we should eat the puffer fish at some point before it's too late. Oh, it doesn't kill you. I thought it was gonna kill me. So even on hardcore, that doesn't kill you. Let me just check what's the... Oh, it is poison. That's a long poison effect. There was nothing I had in my inventory that I could eat that was gonna heal that. This is cool because it actually gives you a chance to eat all this stuff. That just made my heart race for a little bit. know poison doesn't kill you on normal mode, but I thought on hard poison can kill you. Actually, no, I heard somebody say that it doesn't. But obviously, if you have poison combined with something else, then you can die. Okay, let's give it a little bit more damage. Oh, okay, glistening watermelon you can't eat. You can only make the potion from it. That explains why it's not on the list. That has a lot of saturation. It's going to be a little bit anticlimactic because even after we do all this we won't get the advancement, we'll still have the last one left to do. But it puts my mind at ease a little bit because then I know that's one less thing that I have to worry about. The advancements that I like the least are the ones which is like, hey, take this list of this exhaustive list of things and go find them all, do them all, whatever. I mean, some of them are a little bit better than other ones, like killing every type of mob in the game. It's not about just checking off the things in a list, it's about exploring enough to find all of them. Which is definitely something you want people to do to like get all the advancements, is like see what like everything that the game has to offer. The chorus fruit is going to be the last one. This one has a funky effect. Oh, there we go. And let's just make sure it's not nighttime because we don't want to end up outside on the roof. Oh, that was fine. So if we check it now, is it under husbandry? It says eat everything that is edible, even if it's not good for you. 36 of 38. We should have notch apple as the only thing that's left. Does that mean I never ate an apple? Or 38, okay, so it's not apple. I thought it... I said cooked cod was one of the things that I definitely ate. Maybe I didn't. 37 or 38, wow. I seriously thought that was something that I'd definitely eaten. I guess not. Now I'm gonna eat all this food just to get rid of it. Get rid of this chest. So notch apple is definitely the only thing left now, because I haven't even found one yet. So now we're gonna have another block here to put down that we don't have a spot for. Okay. So there's that. So I'm calling that advancement kind of taken care of, but it's obviously not done. So these are going to be also like running around trying to find all the stuff. We'll probably do these two together. In fact, we'll probably do these two with where's all the biomes one? Wait, where is all the biomes one? That's all the monsters. Oh, there we go. So there's still a bunch that we need, and we're gonna have to fly around to find them. And I think while we're flying around to find them, we'll stop in all the villages. We'll take like 4 stacks of fish or whatever it is, and we'll just we'll take 4 stacks of fish, and then we'll take all the things that you need, maybe like 6 of everything that you need to breed the animals, because sometimes you know, if you just take 2, you'll click the one and then you'll click the other one too far apart, and then you're right there but you don't have the items. So we'll take all of that and a whole bunch of fish, and then we'll do all of that. But I'll probably do that at the end, because that's a fairly time consuming thing, and there's not really that much risk involved with it. We still have to do this phantom thing and the all mobs one, which are both kind of annoying to do. It's just the phantoms is just getting them to line up unless you build something. What I would like to do is for that one I've put the shears in my ender chest. So if I ever find a Badlands, I think it's called now, I want to find one of those cave spider spawners and grab a whole bunch of the cobwebs from there with this, and then what I'll do is I'll go out at night on my roof and did I close this up when I was AFK fishing? That is not smart. And then I'll just put some of it up there, and then when they come for me they'll get stuck in it, and then I'll just try and line it up so I can hit 2 or 3 of them over and over again, and until I hit 2 of them and kill them in the same shot. I've done it before, just kind of like standing on the plateau that my base was in. You kind of run away from them, so if they're flying from there, you move back, and then they all tend to come in towards you from the same direction if you have enough space, and then you just keep shooting at them when there's 2 or 3 of them, and then eventually you'll hit 2 of them with a killing blow at the same time. But I tried that on this roof here, and the size isn't large enough, so you tend to not hit 2 of them often enough for that to work. So we'll do that a little bit later on. The iron golem, we're going to need to make an iron golem in the nether when we make the gold farm there, so I'll do that as part of that. The totem of undying we'll get when we do the raid, so after we get one we'll just, especially if we have 2, we might wait until we have 2, we'll just waste one of them, just jump off somewhere high. Monsters hunted, the 6 I believe that are there that I'm missing are the Evoker, the Vindicator, the Ravager is 3, the Guardian and the Elder Guardian, which is another 2, and the 6th one is the Wither. So what we might do is do them kind of in the order that's easiest. So do the Wither first, because we can trap it, and then we'll go to I think that the Guardian Temple that's directly south of us, that we flew over just now. It's far enough away that it's not convenient for us to do the final advancement where we have to get all the potion effects, all the effects, one of which being mining fatigue, which we need an Elder Guardian for. So we have one right just outside our base here, and it's nice and close. So we'll use that one. So we can go to the other, to the ocean monument that's far off to the south. We'll go in, we'll kill some guardians to get to the first elder guardian, kill it, and then leave. I probably won't clear it right away, because it only really gives you gold and sponges, and I'm not going to make a guardian farm before the advancements are all done anyway. So so we just need to kill those 2 mobs. We don't actually need any drops. Once we've done those 2, then we obviously will do the raid. Then for this we need a trident, so we'll go exploring more. If we don't get it eventually, we'll just make the drown farm. The biomes is at the end for searching. I'll probably leave the searching at the end for like right at the end, even after the how did we get here advancement. This will do fairly easily. This will get this with the hidden one that comes after it. The ghast we have to build something in the nether for, so that's still something we have to do. These will do with the exploring, that will do when we get a notch apple, and this is all done. So I kind of have a plan for everything. Now it's just a question of what to do in what order. But we're starting to get to the point where we're doing small little progressions, like, you know, getting all the food, and like I actually had all the food. There was a couple of things that I had to get. I had to get rabbits, and I had to get watermelons. I had gotten kind of all of the rest. Oh, I had to get I had kelp right from the beginning. There was like, I had chorus fruit, I had berries because I found that when exploring. The pumpkin pie and stuff I just traded, and the golden carrot as well. So leaving some of the advancements for later, you actually have to do very little to complete them, so then you just do the little things that are missing. What we have to do is decide whether or not we're just gonna farm our first wither skeleton skulls, like just by running around in the nether fortress that we have, or if we're going to set something up to make it a little bit more efficient. But I think I want a few of them because I want to have more beacons for the final thing. But I think, yeah, I might just do one stream where I do 2.5 hours of hunting with the skeleton skulls and see what I get. If I get everything that I need, then that's good enough. Because making with a skeleton farm that's even mildly efficient is going to take at least a couple of streams, like 3 or 4 streams. And so I might get all the wither skulls I need just killing with the skeletons in that time. So you know, I might make a efficient with a skeleton farm after I do all the advancements, where if I die and I mess it up, then the run is still a success. So I think I will get to all that stuff. I want to try and build all that stuff in hardcore, just to give it a shot. But I want to do it when it's not going to cost me the challenge. So I'm trying to do it as risk-free as possible. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be it. It's about 5 minutes earlier than I usually end, but it should be all good. Tomorrow's stream will probably be Legends of Aria again, if anybody's interested in seeing that. I will try to remember to tweet out, because so far every time I've done a Legends of Aria stream I haven't tweeted it out. But I remember tonight, so I got there. I'll have a look at some of those notifications issues that I was having. Hopefully I can sort those out tomorrow as well. But yeah, other than that, everything should be working. I don't know if you guys found it easier to not have the chat over on that side all the time and just when there's something there. Let me know. I'm thinking I prefer that. So if I don't get any feedback one way or another that people like it or don't like it, I'll stick with that. Unfortunately, we do lose the YouTube chats in there. But so far, my viewer count is usually, you can see up here, it's usually Twitch and Mixer and nobody on YouTube, so it might be okay. I'll have to see. The important thing is I can still see YouTube chats, so we're not losing out me being able to interact with them. It's just for the viewers on Twitch and Mixer to maybe not know necessarily what it is. So yeah, and then I'll start making small tweaks to the. I've been looking at the overlays and stuff a little bit. I need to make a better layout for Legends of Aria. So I think I'll be making small changes each stream, as I think of them to improve it. One of the things is the frame positioning and the chat positioning and stuff like that. So we'll do that. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, and you guys can catch me again tomorrow. About 3 hours earlier than this is when I usually start. And like I said, it'll be Legends of Aria. Follow and set notifications if you want to, or follow me on Twitter. There should be on the site, there's a link above. On Twitch, there's panels below. I think Mixer also has a little icon somewhere on that side for the Twitter. And it'll come up in this final screen now. So I'll actually switch to that now so you can see it. There's the Twitter handle if you want to follow, and I'll tweet. I try to tweet whenever I start, so that you can know when the stream's going live and what game I'm playing. I normally mention what game I'm going to be playing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.